Yeah, I didn't do anything that bad. Did very normal things. Okay, it's not that bad. It's like weird though. It's like, I don't want to call it completely normal. It's not, but it isn't what you're saying it is. Okay.
And we are at the good stuff. Here's the police report, right? You like, you like, Henry, wait. How'd you get the police report? Look, man. look.
Dig, bro. You like to dig.
And no one else is going to get it or show it.
We were dating. What was the thing that we did? Oh yeah, Patrick Bateman posed in the TV mirror while I hit it from the back.
She made this tweet, hey, I have an active enforceable restraining order in place and signed by the judge against Twomad. And the thing with her is he was harassing her. He was harassing her heavy. He would stalk, threaten, hit, abuse, destroy personal property, disturb the peace of this girl. He would contact her, he would do all these things that she is asking for the judge to do. Like, hey, can we do this? We need him to stay away. And they granted this quickly, right? So this date is July 6th. Restraining order granted. This is, we can go into the details. You want to see some nasty stuff. He's threatened her online. And basically his main mode of threats is through Twitch, through Twitter. He'll talk about her or he'll tweet at her. And they've been witnessed by this James Prime guy who's actually going to come in later. Since she's not the most financially, adept person. Like, she doesn't have that much money, right? She couldn't afford to do this. So what ended up happening was an old friend, a former friend of Twomad, basically told her, like, look, this guy Jameski right here, he said, I will fund your lawsuit.
On June 25th, one Twitter user told Goldie Bell that she was going to need to go to court to prove that her story was legitimate. She replied that she was broke and couldn't do it. Jameski then replied, F it, I'll pay for it.
Fast forward to September 26th, right? You like September 26th. What happened September 26th? They had a hearing. And he chose not to show up.
Here I come. Oh, here I come.
He chose not to show up. This is where he requested a continuance. The previous date was continued. Since that time, both parties have worked out actively to resolve the matter without having a full hearing. Petitioner's counsel informed Twomad's counsel on the 23rd that they no longer wish to resolve the matter and instead wish to proceed with the evidentiary hearing. And he asked for an extension. And as such, right, he was like, why you want an extension? Because there's a pending criminal investigation for very serious strike offenses. Strike offenses is him violating the goddamn previous restraining order. So this fool told the judge, they're like, well, I'm going to plead the fifth. Hey, I am forced to invoke my Fifth Amendment rights.
I plead the fifth.
And cannot proceed. Like, God, it's GG at this point. It's game over. It's game over. God damn. Once that happens, he plead the fifth. They have a court date set for the 5th. But in between that, right, here is the contempt hearing. You like, what the hell did he do to get himself in contempt? And what did the judge rule on the December 5th hearing, which I do have, the judge's ruling, right? You like, holy shit. Any Twomad fans in the chat? He was served with a copy of the order, so he can't pull that. I didn't know I couldn't do that shit. This is the first time her filing that he's in contempt. Contempt is basically you violated it. You violated it and you want the judge to do something about it. Similar to when Adept was trying to get XQC to violate his. And guess what, guys? Adept is mentioned in these goddamn court docs. I kid you not. I was like,
girls are down. City girls down. Wee woo.
What?
Down bad.
I was like, oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Why is Adept in this case? You're going to see later. You're going to be like, what? Each order disobeyed, each instance disobedience is described below as follows. He reportedly contacted her through fake social media accounts. He also repeatedly harassed and taunted her using his public Twitter account. Twomad has no regard for the restraining order in place against him. Now, here's the story right here, right? Twomad has repeatedly violated the restraining order by engaging in contact with, Goldie Bell or Goldie online, including on accounts on August 4th and September 26th, and fraudulent accounts in August through October. So basically what he's doing is still contacting her ass through these Twitter accounts. You like, God damn, really?
Alone. After like a month, I sent one message, I left her alone, and then after that I sent her like a couple apologies. Of course I'm gonna send you fucking apologies. What? She said I stalked her for 7 months. I sent you a text message once when you stopped talking to me. And then I sent you 2 more, and those 2 were apologies. The most sincere apology you ever got. Bitch, what the fuck?
Really? Yes, still contact. He's attempted to intimidate, terrorize the witness of the ongoing civil case by harassment, threatening violence, and encouraging his multi-million-dollar follower fan base to do the same. And all she needs for this, Twitter tweets. He did a lack of remorse for his actions and has been very direct that he's not going to proceed in any kind of settlement. Remember, she wants some money. She wants money and a restraining order. Despite her efforts, and has expressed that he is aware that it cost her a huge amount of money, and as a result, multiple continuances that he is going to financially recover from this, unlike her. So he like, look, I'm gonna bankrupt your ass. But remember, she's not paying the lawyer fees. Jameski allegedly is.
If her case gets dismissed, it doesn't even go to trial. It's not going to. It can. It's possible just fucking immediately the judge looks at it, just like, get this shit. And then I'm immediately countersuing. Jameski's money, I know what happened. So as soon as I tell my story, then it all goes away basically. But there's a court case. So this Jameski guy, man, when that court case is up, I think it'll go my way. She has sexual trauma from when she was younger by somebody else. She's putting that on me. That's what it is.
He's attempted to even acquire her location as well as the witnesses and threatened to use it. So basically he's threatening to dox her. Like, yo, give me her location. I gonna send the #1 juicer and he gonna pull a blicky out, right? Remember, the restraining order was issued on the 6th. He was aware the restraining order was issued. He violated it on the 6th. He still was stalking her, harassing her, keeping her under surveillance, blocking her movements, all sorts of debaucherous stuff like this. Even after he even made false claims about the outcome of the hearing that took place on September 26th, which he didn't even show up at. But when I prove it to you, you're gonna be like, wait, what? He didn't show up? No, he did not show up to the hearing. What else did he do? He did not surrender his firearms and continues to share photographs indicating their possession. So when you get this TRO, you got to give up your guns. He tried to get her location and threatened to publish it online. And like, when you make these claims, you got to have proof. And all her proof is tweets. You like, wait, he did not be stupid enough to tweet this. And we are at the good stuff. Here's the police report, right? You like, wait, you like, Henry, wait. How'd you get the police report? Look, man. Look.
Dig, bro. You like to dig.
And no one else is going to get it or show it. So what date is this from? Violation of the restraining order on 9/26. Another violation on 10/21, where you see James Prince came into his Twitch friend and making threats. James something are public. So he's basically threatening her via Twitch. So on 10, so you got the 9/26 incident right here, where she said, hey, he violated the restraining order. And on 10/21, he was making threats against her public. Here is some harassment. You can't read this, but he was threatening to harass and swat her on the 22nd. So it's constantly going on. And what's happening around this time? TwitchCon. For the people who don't know, for the ninja watchers who's watching the stream. Now here is him with his blickies. You see? Hey, turn in all your guns. He like,
nope.
No, where are your guns? I'm going to take pictures with them and I'm going to post them online. So we got an AR-15. There's a different AR-15. Got some handgun, some hand blickies. Got a Glock. You see all this shit? This is cooked. It's Twomad, guys. Shout out to Twomad. Now, here's the thing right here. Look at this date. August 18th, 2023, right? What is this in his hand? Why in the hell would you take a picture, tweet it with a firearm in your hand when you're not even supposed to have them? More pictures. I don't know if this guy is super stupid or he just thought he was going to win. I think it's super stupid. This is when he pulled the blicky on her, which is a Glock. He was starving.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir, brother.
He was starving. Yeah, he is not the brightest. Not the brightest whatsoever. Videos of him shooting guns. Now, all this is going on in court, right? All this is getting sent to the judge. All this is getting sent to the judge. We're about to get to where Adept comes in soon.
Adept is literally vile. She's vile. She's off the Zaza.
I'm not going to read every tweet, just the important ones. So October 21st, yo, I'm going to TwitchCon. Hit me up. This is to his fan base, okay? This is to his fan base. Hey, I'm going to be in there. More pictures of, hey, I like this gun video. Nothing crazy. Uh-oh. I would take you down with me. I would take you with me. Do everything I can to get back up before you. And I'll do everything that I can to shape up so karma never catches me. The ultimate revenge. This is about her. Jamesky, stop using this girl. You will regret it. Scroll down. Like these are all unhinged, right? Now he's messaging her. Allegedly. I'll just say allegedly. Just even though we know it's her. Yo, meet me at TwitchCon. Also, do you know anyone else there? Like literally anyone there at all that doesn't matter who. Also, separate question. Can you help me find someone with a Twitch entry badge that I can borrow just to get in? Now, I think this is where Adept comes into play. Yeah, look at this. Now, I don't know who Wist is. Maybe some Twitch streamers know. Wist, hey, he tried begging me to get him an entry badge after asking fans who wanted to meet him, and I just trolled him for an hour. He said he was only a few hours away, but coming tomorrow. $257, and only if I find Adept. How are you? $500. So now we go from 257 to 500. A couple hours late. Meet you tomorrow. But don't wait up. Might need you, might not. It's all good. 256 only if I find Adept. Like, bro, what? People were looking for Adept at TwitchCon? Wasn't she in XQC room? Wasn't she in there? We saw the picture of him looking cooked. All right, what else do we got? I don't know what these pictures represent other than him being in Vegas. Maybe stalking her? Not sure. More crazy text messages, but these are mild. We got messages to her or some guy, Andrew. These are tame. The good messages come a little bit later, when he starts talking about the judge. All right, so he went on some podcast also, and someone start interrogating him, right? Caught in 4K during a 7-hour live stream on Go Kanaru YouTube channel on September 2nd. This is what he said. Twomad talks about it was just a hug, and that makes sexual advances wasn't on his mind at all. He then clarifies that he wanted to feel her body. Later he says, it just occurs in my head like, oh man, I want to touch her. You know, like I just have like a moment of like horny. Like, bruh. Bruh.
It's hard to know.
Sorry, when you said you were trying to get a grasp of her body, what do you mean by that?
Grasp, like a grasp. Like get on her.
Grasp?
Feel her body.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I mean, it was a hug, really, like, it was. It's just like, she says, I tried to tackle her. That's what it says in the TRO. So this is two very different types of, like, words. I call it, like, a backwards hug. She calls it a try to tackle. I remember pretty clearly, she was standing there. I remember her just, like, kind of standing there. And then I'm like, I come up, like, behind her. It just occurs in my head, like, oh, man, I want to touch her. You know, like, I just had, like, a moment of, like, horny. It just snaps in my head, right?
Oral could have been the next day. It's possible. Damn, they got him.
He's saying the oral happened, then he gave her a hug, and then she like pushed him off and then left really quick.
Yeah, but it could have been the oral, could have been the next day. It's possible.
Now, this is where someone starts wearing a wire, right? Hey, did you ever at any point like actually show her a real firearm or not? That's police. That's police talk. So whoever he's around is looking at him like crazy. They looking at him like that meme, the new meme that's going around.
Sorry, I fixed it.
No. Did you have them? Perhaps. Perhaps I had them. Were they yours or someone else's? Like, they were someone else's, which is a great answer because I don't know if they try to jam them up or they genuinely care. When you say they were someone else's, were you like using them? Like did you take them to the range or anything? No. Okay, were you keeping them for someone? I was keeping them in the effing hurt locker, the heart locker. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Did you ever at any point like actually show her a real firearm or not?
No.
Did you have them?
Okay.
Perhaps.
Were they yours or like someone else's?
That was somebody else's.
Okay. When you say there was someone else's, like, were you using them? Like, did you take them to the range or anything?
No.
Okay. Where were you keeping them?
Oh my fucking! I was keeping it in the fucking the hurt locker.
now here are the other tweets where he lied about the court case. So he said, hey, I won. Judge only approved the restraining order. And that is the rest of the claims on 9/26. Twomad, aren't you not allowed to talk or contact her anymore? Because she said she had the restraining order. He said he won. Now, if you go to the meeting minutes, he wasn't even there.
Why you always lying? You lying?
Yeah.
And the reason he didn't show up is because he already violated the restraining order. So as a result of him violating, he was like, man, if I go, they might arrest my ass. I ain't going. So he lied and said, hey, I won, only approved restraining order, and that is the rest of the claims. Lies, lies, lies. This is entered into evidence, proof that he's talking to her. He made some other claims, like he said he owns her mouth, dressing up in Halloween costumes before Halloween, self-reporting. You don't like your moron friends who ill-advise you shamelessly. And he's tweeting at this on October 24th, right? October 24th. This is how the violation starts stacking up. Like, hey, he's trying to intimidate her. He's posting her. He's contacting her. He's lying. These are some old tweets. And then his judgment day comes swiftly, right? He's actually admitting that he raped somebody or assaulted somebody. You like who jokes like this, right? I'm not a I won't settle. I'll go to trial. In all scenarios, there's a 0 chance I will settle. So, what's the point of trying to settle if he posts this on October 24th? That they're not settling. You see how it works? I mean, even if she did drop the case and settle, it's going to be some dog-ish ass deal for me. So it's better if it just goes to trial. And even 5% chance worth it. Because if I win, judge probably going to give me epic terms. The judge is going to give you epic terms on these tweets right here? He's delusional. Also, I'm not going to settle, and the judge probably won't order me to pay legal fees. I don't know. Maybe he will. If he doesn't, you wasted your money. Low RIP VR chat monies. I mean, he's going at her. Now remember, all these are going to be read by the judge, right? This is what he thinks the judge is going to be like. Twomad, your avatar is literally Kira from Death Note. That's admission of guilt, courtroom applause. Twomad, I'm gay. Anyway, like this is so cringe. See my funny lawyer going to call me like Better Call Saul. I mean, he really is not taking this serious at all. Jameski, more mentions of him, pays for my emo bitch lawyer, all this stuff, right? You like, damn, man, does he care? I'll never agree not to respond fully publicly, so the absolute best case scenario for them is to get a W, money via lawsuit, and take an L in the public eye. Well, the only person really taking an L in the public eye is here. But then he has a moment of clarity. Hey, I'll show you mercy if you drop the case ASAP, but that is doubtful. Honestly, no amount of money is worth that, what I say. If they keep going, they will probably end up in the negative overall. They have a responsibility to their client to hedge for my response, which they are not doing. And this is him trying to basically post a picture like he was at the court waiting on her, but he never showed up. Got a W on the criminal case. He never showed up, guys. So you have this. You have this. And yeah, he jokes about grape.
My tweets are unhinged, but they're tweets, okay? I'm sorry, my bad, but I struggle to justify Goldie Bell accusations. Truly.
A few moments later.
Here's the restraining order. Before we get to the judge, right? The restraining order was granted. He got cooked in court, but we ain't showing that yet. So what does he have to do as a result of their restraining order? It's really quick. All parties were present. Everyone was there. Unfortunately, he showed up without a lawyer. You like, damn. It's GG for him, right? You go to your hearing. No lawyer. I mean, it's game over. We saw the evidence. Now you look at it, what's happening? Hey, personal conduct orders. What can he not do? And if you notice, when we get to, like right here, you see this is a court order. This is a court order. So here is the court order before we get to what the judge ruled. He can't harass, contact her, take any action to obtain her address, you know, things like that. She was finally granted a distance thing where he has to stay away a football field from her. So that's 100 yards, if you guys don't know. He pretty much can't be anywhere she is, right? This is the order. Now, number 8 is interesting, right? Hey, no firearms, guns, firearm parts, or ammunition. And the court has received information that you own or possess firearms, parts, and ammunition. You like, damn, she got them dead to rights. Now, we're going to come back to 8 because there's some special stipulations. What else can he do? What else can he do? The clerk would do this service. There's no need to service the person because he was at the hearing. Hey, the judge signed off on it December 5th, 2023. Now, here is the caveat, guys. The firearms. 8, if unless item 8E is checked, he cannot own, have, or possess or try to buy, receive any firearms. If he has firearms, he can go to jail. Bad boys. And pay $1,000 fine. Now, the firearms that he has, he must sell them to a store with a licensed gun dealer or turn into a law enforcement agency. Any firearms and firearm parts that you have or in your control, as stated in item 8, the court will require you to prove that you did this, right? Not only does he have to relinquish his firearms, he has to prove that he gave them away. Enforcing literally the law. They get a copy of this restraining order and they literally can kick down his goddamn door if he don't return those guns. All right. And it started on December 5th. He can be arrested if he violates this order. Literally, you can go to jail. You see, now it's real. Now that it's a court order, there's no more contempt shit. It's, you can go to jail for this shit. And here's the trap right here. Even if she changes her mind and say, Twomad, baby, why don't you come on over? Come on over to the house. Let's work it out. He can't, because she could change her mind and get his ass arrested. And you often see this shit happen with husbands and wives. But let's go to what the judge said. How long do you guys think the restraining order is for? That was just granted 10 days ago. Here's the proceedings. Everyone was there. Twomad was there with no lawyer, just him looking doofy on a responding call. They testified. The petitioner's request for a civil harassment restraining order was granted. The court ordered a permanent restraining order for 3 years, guys. So for 3 years, as you see, my man cannot go around her or own guns. And it's ordered to expire December 4th, 2026. She won. But this is only half of it. They still got the civil lawsuit for him pulling the blicky, for all the stuff she accused him of. What do you guys think? Is this a big win or a big L? I mean, I think it's a win for her, and it's going to look great for her civil suit. The fact that it was granted, the fact that she does have so much evidence against him, and it's a huge loss for Twomad. No firearms and no coming in contact with her. With that being said, it's GG for Twomad. And for some strange reason, I don't know why she didn't make this public. She didn't say anything. Jamesky didn't tweet about it. Twomad didn't tweet about it. It just is what it is. But let me know what you thought of this video. See you in the next video. Like it, subscribe. See you next one. Peace.